of stats there. Those are young pitchers, and they don't face each other very often. So we'll move on. But I do like Garrett Cooper today in that game. The Rockies are at Wrigley Field. Lambert, a rookie, the fifth most high-rated prospect in the Rockies organization, making his major league debut against Quintana and the Cubs. He's 4-4. Against Quintana, Trevor Story has gone 3 for 5, a 600 average. Ian Desmond, 2 for 4. Nolan Arenado, 2 for 9. Mark Reynolds, 4 for 17. That's 235. Overall, in 60 career at-bats against Quintana, Rocky hitters have had 13 hits. That's a 217 average. Can Quintana quiet the Rocky bats today at Wrigley Field? Let's keep our eye on that one. The Astros are at T-Mobile Park in Seattle at 340. Houston Astro ace Justin Verlander against not ace for Seattle, Malone. Oh my gosh, Malone. I remember watching him pitch for the Mets last season, and it was like, here I'm gonna serve up this 75-mile-per-hour pitch down the middle of the plate, and let's see how fast it can leave the park. Okay, man, Houston should, I don't know, they should really score some runs today. Let's see, career-wise though. If you're picking up Mariners, Kyle Seager has gone 8 for 26 with 3 home runs off Verlander. That could be a sneaky pick in daily. That's a 308 average. But 3 home runs and 26 at-bats against Verlander is pretty good, right? Beckham is 4 for 10 career against him. A player you don't want to add today, Edwin Encarnacion, sit him. He's 4 for 35 against Verlander with a 114 average. Sit him. Okay. Also, sit Malik Smith today. He's 1 for 10 against Verlander with a few strikeouts. Don't like any of those, but Kyle Seager could be a sneaky add in fantasy daily that a lot of players probably won't pick up because Verlander's pitching today for the Astros. Malone, again, not a lot of sample size there at all because he's been all over the place. Marisnik's 3 for 3, though, lifetime against him, so it appears that Marisnik at least sees the ball well out of his hand, if not many others, okay? So that game's at 340. Now, there are a few night games. With 13 games, you've got 8 during the afternoon, and you've got the other 5 at night. First of the 5 Twins are at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Jose Barrios, 7-2 with a 3.27 ERA against Trevor Bauer. This is the pitching matchup to the day, guys, no doubt about it. So let's look at Trevor Bauer's 4-5, but he is still Trevor Bauer. He has an arsenal of different pitches. And again, this is a must-win game, in my opinion, for the Cleveland Indians. They throw their best out there today. Andre, I thought you'd like that. I know you're in Seattle seeing your mom. If you hear this show, I hope you have a great time. Safe travels. Enjoy that time. It's very special. Carlos Santana is hitting 4 for 11 against Jose Barrios. That's a 364 average. Francisco Lindor is 5 for 17, 294 against Barrios. And Lindor has been on fire lately. I love Lindor today. Okay, it's like he is on a mission in these games against the Twins. I love me some Lindor. Okay? Jose Ramirez is 4 for 20. I don't love me some Jose Ramirez. Jason Kipnis is 2 for 14. Leave him on your bench. For the Twins against Trevor Bauer, the most successful hitter, and here's you an ad, okay, here's our 4th one, Nelly Cruz, 7 for 14. That's a 500 average with a homer, a few walks mixed in. He seems to see the ball well off Bauer. I like Nelly Cruz today against Bauer. Polanco is 6 for 22. That's a 273 average. Jonathan Scope, 6 for 13. That's a 462 average. Eddie Rosario, 12 for 39 with 2 home runs. That's a 308 average. That's the pick of the litter, so to speak, when it comes to Twins hitters. Rosario and Cruz, to me, are players that you want to keep your eye on today in that game as Barrios faces off against Bauer tonight at 7:10 in Progressive Field in Cleveland. The Yankees, finally, I get to talk about my Yankees for a moment. Not been a good night. They lost, and now they're playing in that game. But they are playing in Rogers Center, and this is a matchup made for Yankee hitters. Okay, it's J-Hap 5-3 with a 4.83 ERA, who has pitched better of late against, you talk about a journeyman, and you talk about a guy who has had nothing this year. Edwin Jackson, starting tonight for Toronto, 0-3, ERA, 13.22. So let me just make it really simple. Bat every Yankee you can. Okay? Just bat every Yankee you got. They're going to hit Edwin Jackson. If they don't, I'm going to be very embarrassed next time I'm on the show because everybody else has hit Edwin Jackson, so why wouldn't they? For the Jays, not a lot of sample size because you got young players. But Brandon Drury is 2 for 4 off of him. So, and Vladdy's hot. So, I like Vladdy in that lineup against J. Happ. Who knows how many runs will be scored in that game tonight? I really don't know, but I could see a lot of runs being scored. Heredia is not starting. Okay, and I said that earlier. Thanks, chap. If Heredia was starting, but if he's not, okay, don't start him in fantasy, so drop him off my list. I didn't see the lineup. I just know his career history against that pitcher today is incredible, so I'm not sure why they're not starting him. But at any rate, I'm not the manager. We'll let Kevin Cash take care of that, right? I'll just give you some information, but thanks, Chappie. Another night game, Orioles-Rangers. Now, Game 1 of the series, the final score, 12-11. Game 2 of the series, the final score, 2-1. What do you take of that? I don't know what to take of that. I don't know where you go with that. I do know this. I think the Rangers score some runs today at Global Life Park in Arlington because David Hess, 1-7, and a 7.36 ERA, is pitching for the Orioles. Okay, so if I am picking players in that game, I'm liking Andrus. I'm even liking Odor and Guzman, and I certainly like Sin-Soo Choo. Okay, Odor, Guzman, Choo against David Hess sounds like magic to me. Gerardo is pitching for Texas. He's 2-2 with a 2.43 ERA. He's a right-hander. That limits, I think, a lot of the Oriole bats. Villar would be somebody I would look at for fantasy today and reality for the Orioles. At 10:07 tonight, only one game left, and I got, 8 minutes. Here we go. We're doing great, huh? 10:07 game, coming off that exciting 10-9 win for the Angels. They're at home, Angel Stadium. Tyler Skaggs, 4-5 with a 4.50 ERA against no-hitter master twice now, right? Fears for Oakland, 4-3 with a 4.78 ERA. I got some sample sizes here for Oakland hitters against Tyler Skaggs, and I'm going to tell you, they're all pretty good. So if you're looking for fantasy players today, on top of the two now, I guess, that I've endorsed, and the team-wise, the Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays, here are some batters. I'm telling you, these guys seem to rake against Tyler Skaggs. Chris Davis with a K. He's 7 for 18. 389 average with 4 home runs in his career off of Tyler Skaggs. Go get you some Chris Davis in daily fantasy today. Also, while you're at it, if he's there on the shelf right beside him, pick up Marcus Semien. He's 10 for 21. That's a 476 average off of Skaggs with 2 home runs. Josh Fegley's 2 for 5. Chad Pender's 4 for 12. How about Ramon Laureano? Have you guys been noticing him? You know, you get these guys on the West Coast, and sometimes they go unnoticed because they play so late. I mean, I've talked about on the show how even following Mike Trout is difficult at times because of the fact that they play so late, and we East Coast guys, we so many times miss those games. Okay? Well, Laureano had a hit streak of 15 games stopped last night. He went 0 for 4. He did score a run. He did steal a base. But he had a 15-game hitting streak, and over that he was hitting .350, 21 for 60. His average is now up to .259. He's got 8 home runs and 21 RBIs on the season. I love me some Ramon Laureano. And I especially like him today against Tyler Skaggs. The hitting streak stopped, so, hey, maybe it starts back up today. I like Laureano. I like him season long. Robbie Grossman is 4 for 11. Piscotty is 3 for 11. Chapman, 2 for 10. Chapman can hit. How many of you guys like Mark Chapman for Oakland? Okay, let's take a look at him real quick. He's having a great year in a favorable matchup today. Matt Chapman is 274 average. Matt's got 39 runs scored, 16 home runs, 36. I think I called him Mark a minute ago. I apologize for that. It's Matt Chapman. He went 2 for 5 last night over his last 3 games. In 16 at-bats, he's got 6 hits. 375 average, guys, over his last 3. Chapman's certainly a player today. A lot of games, a lot of information. And oh, by the way, on my Jordan Alvarez watch, 1 for 4 last night. Another RBI. Keep your eyes on Jordan Alvarez. You know who comes to town? You know who comes to Houston tomorrow? The Baltimore Orioles. And a lot of right-handed pitching. Please, Astros, please call up Jordan Alvarez for this weekend. Make this podcaster happy, okay? Really, that would make me happy. How many of you have been waiting just to see this guy? I want to thank everybody for the chat room today. Cha-Cha, Zelmo, Phil Chappie. Love you guys being in here. Everyone. Lenny. Thanks, guys. Go watch you some baseball. A lot of games this afternoon. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the night. Keep up with these players. And we'll be back. Let's see. It's Thursday. So I'll be back next week. We may have a schedule change. Okay. It looks like I may be going to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So next week we'll talk with you about what happened on the weekend. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. And for everyone, thank you from Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports.